Listen, I understand. I feel your pain. I know the struggles. I know the discomfort of feeling as if it's worthless. No matter what you're doing, that the prospect's not going to respond. So what you will do is you end up not doing anything. And then you find yourself getting frustrated because at the end of the week or end of the month, you're still in the same position where you got started. And what it comes back down to is your fear of prospecting, your fear of getting rejected. And on today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about that openly and candidly. And hopefully I can help you overcome this challenge. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And especially on this episode, I'm excited to be here because we're going to talk about that fear and overcoming that fear of prospecting because we all feel it. I don't care who you are, where you come from, or what planet you were born on. Listen. Fear is something that we all have, and it's not a bad thing. Fear is a good thing. It actually helps to protect us. But in some cases, in this day and age, it's usually can cause, cause limiting beliefs that hold us back from accomplishing our true potential. And especially as a sales rep, your true potential, I'm telling you, your potential is to go out there and to solve problems for people. But nobody's going to know about your problem because, the solution to the problems that you can solve because you're not doing it. You're afraid. You're worried. I can tell you about some of those things that I had. When I first started doing door-to-door security sales, that was hard. I'm telling you, you're going to knock on people's door and you're going to try to sell a security system within 45 minutes. You don't believe it's going to work. Well, it actually did. And the great thing that helped me was seeing other people do it and watching some of the training videos and seeing that it's done, that could be done. But I can tell you the first time I was going up, I was saying, this ain't going to work. You mean to tell me I'm going to go talk to these people who have never spoken to me before? They're going to let me in their house, have me sit down at a coffee table with them and write up a deal, and they're going to pay $30 to $40 per month. The limiting belief and the fear held me back. But one of the crazy part about door-to-door security selling is that you're doing it door-to-door security. you're doing door-to-door sales. So what we did was you sign up and you go for a summer. I went one of the summer between my senior year when I was getting ready to graduate, my last summer in college. I wanted to raise some money for a non-paid internship in New York for this amazing record audio company. And path change, but it was a non-paid internship, and the cost of living in New York, I don't need to explain that to you. It is just extravagant. It is high, and even if you're living in a closet, it's still going to be some money you need to spend. So I was working in a security job, doing door-to-door because I wanted to earn high income for that summer. Well, I had this why. But while I was going out there each and every single day and I was doing my thing, one of the crazy things with door-to-door security sales is that you are taken into a group of people and you're taken to a community. And for the day, usually from about maybe say 11, 12 o'clock to 8 at night, 7, you're out knocking. You're out hustling. You're a lone man or woman knocking on doors, trying to do your best. So it's not like you could sit back and just hope and pray that somebody's going to call you and that you're going to get something. You have to do something. And here's the caveat to this. It is full commission. Let me repeat that. It is a full commission job. But the upside is one deal could be up to $420, depending on your pay scale, but about $400 for me for one deal. So if you're going out and you're knocking doors, you're going to get money. And here's the crazier part. The cost of living, the place where you're living, those are nice apartments that they put us up in for the summer, you have to pay for that. So it comes out of your money. They give you a ramp period, maybe like the first couple weeks. But I'm telling you, after that, if you're not making money, you're going to get sent home. So imagine that dream. Maybe it's to get a new car, or it's to pay for college, or in my case, to get that non-paid internship in the big city. New York City. So I had a why, I had a purpose, and that kept pushing me, helped me to get up in the morning. But beyond that, I had my team that helped to guide me and motivate me. And beyond that, listen, if I didn't sell, I didn't eat, literally, because I needed money to pay for my food and I needed to pay for my cost of living. So I was put into a scenario that made it that I had to go and sell. So now you're probably saying, Donald, well, how does this apply to me? And the other part to this too was, let me go back to this. The other part was I had no right to tell myself that someone didn't deserve a security system. Some of these people that we knocked on, some of them didn't need it, but some of the people that we knocked on their doors and they said, yes, I do need it and I want to hear about it. Those people had situations. They had burglaries or they wanted to have something to. I remember one was the Wright family. I remember their name because we have some friends that are Wrights, and the husband was at work and the wife was there and she had a kid, and I knocked on her door and she was very interested. She wanted us to talk to her husband, however. So she called him and then we scheduled a time to come back later that afternoon. So I came back to their house and they signed up because he was away at work all day and he wanted something for his family, but they just never got around to doing it. Imagine if I didn't knock on that door because I was afraid that she might say no or they wouldn't be interested because the other person wasn't interested. I cannot tell my prospects, or I cannot say no for my prospects without getting their permission to say no. Am I making sense with that? It's like I can't put words in their mouth. If I got their permission and they say no, then fine. Then I'll try to overcome those objections and I'll try to move on. But listen, it doesn't make sense at all for a sales rep, no matter who you are, to tell yourself that the prospect is thinking this when you have never asked them if they're thinking that. You got to do it. You got to go out and do it. So let's go back to my story. Let's go back to my example and break this down and see how this applies to you. You may not have the same situation. You're selling software. You may be selling a house. You may be selling cars. You may be selling computer. You may be selling water, for goodness sakes. I know people who are selling soft water, and that's a good business, right? Especially if you're living up north. But no matter what you're selling, let's say that's the case. You're selling water, for goodness sakes. It is your job to make sure you recognize that you have something of value to help the world. If you cannot believe in your product or the service that you have to offer, you will have no right doing or selling that product or service. Just give up right now and go find something else, because you need to find something that you could back, that you could believe in, that you could say is the best thing in the world because you believe in it that strongly. You have this moral obligation that you're going to tell people and help people solve problems. So that's the first thing. Number two, you need a why. For me, I had a purpose. I wanted to go to New York, and I wanted to get that non-paid internship. I wanted to work for this record label. Well, they have a record, they have music, they have TV, they have so much. This is a huge organization. I wanted to get that non-paid internship, and I also wanted it so bad that I was willing to pay all this money to live there for 3 months because I believed in this idea that would help me out in my resume. Now, the third thing with that, so not only do you have to have a belief in the product or service that you offer, I have a belief in the security system because our house was broken into and they stole my PlayStation when I was in middle school. Can you believe that? Took my Nintendo 64 too. Man, I was mad. But if we had a security, it would have been great to protect ourselves against that. Number two, you got to have a why. So I had my why. You can use those interchangeably. Have a why and then have something that you believe in to sell. Number three, in my case, I had a system. You need to make sure, a community. You need to make sure you're in an environment with people that are going to push you. Your sales team, your sales manager, folks that's going to drive and push you, motivate you. Now you might be remote and you may not have that motivation, but listen, get some friends, get some masterminds, some folks who are in the same field or same industry as you are. You can go to our Facebook group or on LinkedIn and search the Sales Evangelizers and tell the people, listen, man, I need somebody to help keep me accountable. In our group today, we post on every Monday. I'm doing a post, and I did a video today where I'm asking people to tell me about a goal that they're working on for the week. And it's amazing how people are putting these goals, and then we're keeping each other accountable. It works. It's amazing. So get with the right mind, people. If you need to get into our group, it's free. Just go find the Sales Evangelizers on LinkedIn or on Facebook. Number four, I was put in a position where I had to act each and every single day. If I did not eat, I did not sell, I did not eat. I keep going back to that food thing, man, because the brother is hungry up in here. After we get done with this episode, I'm going to go find some food. My mom was cooking some Jamaican food, and I'm going to go to her house and get some. Yes, social distancing, a plate to go. So what happened, though, in that particular scenario, every single day, I had to make sure I did something that was going to get me the opportunity to close a deal. I had to close at least one deal. If I close one deal a day or 3 or 4 per week, I was in a good situation. You do the math, that's $1,600 per week. And that adds up over the course of a summer. One deal a day, if you're doing 5-6 days, come on, that's decent money, right? Anybody could do that. That's why I did pretty decent selling security system as a new rookie. If I'd done it continually, I probably could have made more money, but it wasn't the career path that I wanted to go down. I wanted to go into different industries. The point here is I was forced every single day to take action. What's the forcing that you're doing? Do you have a plan to say every single day I need to get one appointment? And if that's the case, do you have things that's going to eliminate things that are going to stop the distraction? So some of the distraction mean: are you going to shut off your cell phone? Are you going to put your phone in airplane mode? Are you going to shut off your Facebook and those distracting notifications? You got to be willing to do those things, because when we're out there door to door, that was it. You have to knock, or you can sit there all day and just waste your time, or you can sit on your phone and watch YouTube or Netflix. But if you really wanted to thrive, you really wanted to succeed, you had to go and do something. You had to get up and take action. So the sales reps, they must put themselves, like yourself, you must put yourself in a situation that's going to force you to act. If you have the belief, you have the why, you have a support system, and you're putting those parameters in place, you're setting time off each day, say maybe 1 to 2 hours or 3 hours of prospecting, then do the darn thing. Report back to your group, your mastermind, or report back to me. Just tag me in a post, Donald C. Kelly, or hit me up on LinkedIn, Donald C. Kelly, and say, Donald, I did my prospecting today. Try it. I promise you I'll respond to you. Now that you have all that stuff, you're doing this on a day-to-day basis. The last thing is not to give up on prospects before you even got a chance for them to reject you. So don't go into it with this fear mentality to say, well, if I go knock on the door, if I go make a phone call, if I send an email, nobody's going to answer right now. That's not your job. That's not your job to disqualify yourself. Your job is to show up and to share. Bring value to the table and help those individuals. Do not say no for your prospect. Let them say no for themselves. So when you get up in the morning and you have that plan, you got that list, you prepared, just make the darn call, send the darn email, send a video message, reach out on LinkedIn. Do it. Do the darn thing. And if you do the darn thing, you'll see that the law of averages will work out for you. If you start doing it, become more effective at it, you're going to be more effective in your messaging. And the more people you talk to, the more chances you have of getting more opportunities. Am I making sense with this? It doesn't sound too complicated, does it? But I can tell you that's what worked for me in the door-to-door security world, and that's what will work for you as well. Not sure if you can hear this, how strong my mic is, but obviously we're working from home, and this is my home studio, and my little guy, he's 10 months. When you listen to this episode, he'll probably be 11 months at that time, but he is crying outside, and I am going to finish up this episode so I can go spend time with him and get some free food from my mom. I want you to succeed. I want you to be able to have the success that you're looking for in sales. I know it is challenging, and I'm not trying to underplay the idea of fear. We've all been there. I've had it before. You continue to have it. We all continue to have it. But it's the way that we go about suppressing that fear and the things that will hold us back that truly makes a difference. I want you to find more of those ideal customers. So I want you to practice what I shared today. I want you to have more meaningful conversation. So I want you to practice what we talked about today. I want you to close more deals. So I want you to practice what we talked about today. I want you to keep track of these customers. So I'm telling you to check out Crumble. They're in our feed, and you see the information at the bottom, crmble.com/TSE. It's an awesome solution. And especially if you have an overly complicated CRM and you want to find something easier to use, check out Crumble, crmble.com/TSE. I want you to succeed. But most importantly, I want you to go out each and every single day and do big things. Thanks so much for watching. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit subscribe. See you on the next episode. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you enjoyed the content, I ask you to go ahead and hit that like button, that thumbs up in the bottom right-hand corner. Also, to make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. This way, we'll keep you up to date with all the latest sales strategies, latest tools, and things that are going to help you to not only find more prospects, but to close more deals. Thanks so much.